Does anyone wish to do a recap of the previous session?
Not too much happened.
Heaps happened.
We got invited for tea.
Yeah, and I got a whole bottle of whiskey.
Your new name is Pete.
The legend begins. You didn't realise this was a prequel.
I'm all on board now.
So does
Wait.
anyone wish to actually do a proper recap, or can you not recall?
Oh no. I did the one last week, so I was going to let someone else get in with her. But
Go for it.
well, we went back to Kel's Rise with the patrol. We were greeted by the sergeant, who was happy we got back with the patrol. He invited us off into his office. Didn't let the animals in, much to that's the guy, Sergeant Caleb. He gave us some nice whiskey. And then he offers us some information that would be beneficial to both parties. It's a map showing some cache of loot left in the mountains, about 4 days' travel away. He wants us to go into the mountains, and the loot's kind of the payment for going into the mountains and scouting the area.
And generally being a distraction to the lizard men and any other denizens who threaten Kel's Rise.
Basically going murder hobo and everything out there was his general plan, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically heal up in town, and then we get a guide, Elisa, who takes us out, trying to avoid danger. We spend a couple of days traveling. There on day 2, there was a loud crack, which we think might have been a worm kind. And then again, we keep getting loud noises and sign that there might be a worm kind around. But we continue traveling into the mountains. The terrain's quite rough, so it's very slow going. We pretty much, not a lot happens. And then we come across a forest, which is bizarre because we're in the top of mountains. And there was the wagon, and we bumped into an encounter. What was it? Well, I'm not sure.
An old lady who is
An
rather
old-
tall.
A nice old lady who invited us back for tea.
Don't you
Not
forget it.
suspicious whatsoever.
Some people have friends.
A
Or
giant
want to make
lady
new one.
who lived on a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, non-elf.
I mean, what could go wrong?
Why would you say that?
Who knows?
Why
Because-
would you say that?
Because I want a night to be interesting.
And now you want us to live in interesting times. First you say what could possibly go wrong, and then you say let's live in interesting times. That's not good.
Yep.
Does anyone have a recap of, or anything they wish to add about the encounter with the Lady Carla, other than tea?
It is likely that she's a hag.
Vex's character is quite suspicious.
Vex
Very
is here.
suspicious.
Hello, Vex.
I think everyone's suspicious, aren't they?
You're very quiet.
Oh, am I?
Yes,
Better.
we can barely hear you.
Is this better?
That is better.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh,
Good.
Yes.
no, she's totally not suspicious at all.
Yes. The good news question mark is that the paladin Ulra seem to accept that the request to go, which may or may not mean anything to you people.
If the party wants to go have tea, then I will tag along.
I feel like we're missing the most important part of the recap, which is just 2 words. pizza oven.
No, I think that was after session. I don't think that counts.
That was after session.
Mm.
There were no pizza ovens.
I mean, this is where it was left.
That's still in VT memes.
Yeah.
That's good. Yep. And we'd like. Was it raining? Starting to rain? No, it had gone dark.
Yes, it was very
It,
dark.
it was raining.
Became
But yeah.
dark out of nowhere.
Yes, and you had gone through the wagons, and it looked like they were the effects of a family or families who were traveling. The wagons were slightly larger than what you would otherwise expect to see, but not for giants. The Lady Carla, as has been stated, is tall, stands a bit above 7 feet tall, you estimate. And she did indeed offer you to come back, or offered for you to come back to her place. Her house is nearby, she said, where she has tea and tea cakes
And gargoyles.
and gargoyles.
They probably won't attack us.
She said that they won't, as long as you don't bother them.
Hmm.
They probably won't attack us.
So, Alyssa was retreating slowly
Very
but
hesitant.
surely. Yep. But the rest of you seem to either acquiesce or at least not attack her yet, Vexxi, or slash Val, I should say.
Of course
And
not.
the scout, Alyssa, did mouth something to Olra, and that is basically where we have left it. There hasn't been a definitive acceptance of her invitation as yet. It is dark, quite dark, and seems to be getting darker still. It is raining lightly, but the rain could be coming heavy any moment now. There are thick clouds above. It is just not too far from here. It is warm inside, dry, and lovely tea.
What's the bread like?
Tea cakes, aren't they?
I have tea cakes, yes. Baked fresh this afternoon.
What's my wisdom? Oh. Alright,
So
roll
what's the
sort of
plan,
structure
guys?
say, sure, we could. I suppose we could use some shelter.
There's even room for your animals to stay out of the rain. You do
I'm
have
How
many of them.
ambitious.
Just looking
Certainly
for...
do.
Nobody
Where's
invites
the-
animals in.
Where's the valley map handout?
That is under images.
Is that near the bottom?
Let me just jump onto
No.
it for you in a second.
Oh, images. I got
Found
it.
it? Okay, cool. Because I was just about to.
That's some
Towards the bottom, yeah.
map. Oh, no, that's not the map.
No, that is not the map.
Valley.
The
There we are. I just would like to ask her if she lives inside the Laughing Wood.
No, no. We're in the mountains. Up on the very high peaks.
But don't these trees only grow in the Laughing Woods?
Do they? Well, they grow here, and this is not the Laughing Woods, so perhaps your information is not quite accurate.
I guess not. Maybe they grow up here as well.
It
Or
must.
they rain out of the sky.
Well, it would seem that they grow up here.
And what mountain range are we in at the moment?
Oh, I believe this has many names. The one that I always knew it by was the Dragon's Teeth.
The Dragon's Teeth?
Yes.
Isn't that like in the center of the world? Sorry. Of my knowledge of the map, isn't that like nowhere near where we are? Isn't the dragon's teeth?
But we are where we are, so we must be near where we are. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
you're
I'm not. I'm
confusing
not talking to her. I'm just my character's thinking. But
Oh,
is the dragon teeth part of the spine of the world?
No.
Or no? Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 Okay. So this could be called the dragon's teeth
yes,
potentially.
potentially.
I mean, anything could be, couldn't it?
Yes, that's
Mm.
right.
Okay. So it could be this mountain range. We could be in a different mountain range. Who would know? If only we had a bard who knew esoteric knowledge, like where the Dragon Teeth Mountains are. Because we certainly have never heard these mountains called the Dragon Teeths or the Dragon's Teeth.
Or if the wood, the trees in the laughing would grow elsewhere.
True. I feel like as a druid, I would have. I felt like that's fine.
At this point, she takes the stick that's in her hand, and you realize that she's starting to do something with it and moving in a kind of slightly funny way. Is
Interesting.
she then points it towards you, and pop! It turns into an umbrella. And then she holds it above her head, smiling very innocently. It's started to come down a little bit heavier, so you don't mind, do you? I'm going to head off. It's up to you. If you want to come a bit later, feel free. I'm just going home. Now that I know who you are and what you're doing here, or at least what you say you're doing here, I can retreat back to my home, content. The invitation is standing.
Lady, do you happen to
Lady Carla.
see any of these? What happen to see the people who were using these wagons?
We already discussed that last session.
Yeah. There was no. She doesn't know what happened to them. Or she said she doesn't know what happened to them.
I thought they were your wagons.
I mean, they are now, but
Paladins.
I didn't say that out loud, obviously.
Possession is 9/10 of the paladin oath.
How would
And
we possibly get these
judging-
wagons down off the mountain? I don't know.
exactly,
Maybe follow this
exactly.
road.
That's,
I guess
that's the point.
We
this
clearly
magical road that's appeared.
ride them down. That would be super fun.
She pulls her
Let's
hood up
go with her.
over her head, and then we'll start moving off. And if you follow her, she will slow down and wait for you to catch up.
Are we following her? That's a good question.
Maze
Yes.
is happy to.
Well, Granham said he was going to catch up.
Anyone who's coming along, come over here.
Why
Who is
not?
here?
Yes, yes, master.
Let's
Sure,
try.
I could use good trap. I mean, tea.
Yes, Archdruid.
I will. Do I need to convince our friend to come along with us, or
No,
Actually, what did she mouth? Anyone?
Oh, she thinks I'm a hag.
Oh. That's not a very nice thing to say about someone.
Well, if she means it in the pejorative sense, no. If she means that's what my lineage is, she's also incorrect. But, you know, people have prejudices, and if she's concerned, let her find her own way back, I guess. She's an adult, I think. You are all adults, aren't you?
Mm,
no?
I don't think so.
I mean,
Wait,
fair
we
enough.
are?
I mean,
Hey, I'm only like 96 or something.
Treva isn't.
Oh.
Well, how about we tell our friend we'll meet them back here.
She will.
Yeah, hang out with the wagons.
Yeah, she'll kind of just. She's got her bow in her hand now, and she's looking very unsure of what's happening. But she doesn't want to proceed with you.
Okay.
Is she happy to wait?
She will wait for a little bit.
Well, she can do what she wants to do.
Yep.
Let's roll.
It's not that far. It should only take about 20 or 30 minutes most. And she will start leading you up the road and then off the road and onto a small, well-trodden path. It is very overgrown, though, in that the trees above it form a canopy, making it into a darkened tunnel.
So she's leading us up the garden path.
Perhaps,
But,
yes. A path, indeed. Garden, mayhap. As you exit the path, you see it opens into a massive. It's a very sheer, very narrow valley. When I say very narrow, it may be about half a mile wide. So it's not too narrow, but given some of the valleys up around here, it's pretty small. But it is sheer. It is dwarfed on either side by huge mountain peaks, the likes of which you are unexpecting because you are already up high. In the middle of it, let me just go and put this in all players' journals, is not just a small home, but a massive, massive tower. And it is surrounded by smaller buildings. There is a large wall which keeps the compound all together. And the tower, it might be a couple 100 yards tall. And it has a very large edifice slash statue type thing in its most prominent position, facing you as you all come out, and there is a blue fire. What's a flyer? A blue fire burning on its top.
a bird.
I was thinking like, a pamphlet on fire on the top.
Lady Carla.
She stops and turns around. Yes.
Did you model for your statue?
What?
The facial features look remarkably similar.
She just smiles at you and just keeps going. Come on. Now remember, the gargoyles here for my protection. Don't bother them or me, and they won't bother you.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts leading you down the path, wending your way through strange formations of stone, some of which floats towards a very large gate, and it is dwarfing you. You are seeing, you did see the image, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yep.
Why do the stones float?
A very tiny gate there.
It is quite large.
Yeah, the buildings are massive.
Building is monstrously big. Monstrously. Why do the stones float? Magic?
Legit answer.
No. I'm not
But
saying
why, not
how do
how?
they float. I'm saying why. Like, what's the purpose? Or is the purpose that they generate magic? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, you want to know why? What the reason why they are floating? Not the,
Yeah, exactly.
Not the how they are floating.
Why, not the how. Yeah. Why?
Why not?
So this is a natural state then?
No, because it's magical.
Okay, then there would be a reason, right? Even if it's aesthetic.
Yes, why not?
Magic doesn't need
No.
a reason.
No, everything has a reason. It doesn't need a reason, but it has one. Even if that reason is that it's natural.
Whimsy.
So if
Let's
it's
put it-
not
let's-
natural,
let's-
then
let's
there's a
say-
reason. Okay,
let's
so
say
it's
whimsy.
aesthetic or it's whimsy. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Or it would be fine also if you said you don't know. That's also cool. But if you knew the reason, that would be. That's all I was asking. That's fine.
Probably so she can drop them on people asking dumb questions.
There are
Asking
no
why
dumb
rocks float
questions.
is not a dumb question because you don't want them to drop on you.
Right this way, right this way. And she will lead you through the gate. You have seen no other creature around, certainly no people, and you have seen no gargoyles. The gate is massive, stands about 50 feet high, and she will lead you in. It is dark, it is cold within, it is ominous, there is a sense of dread that pervades the place, but it is more a sense of terrible, awe-inspiring dread than danger, though the hint is there because this is a weird place. Come, come, come. And she will lead you through a series of, tell me if you want to stop at any stage or do anything. She will lead you
I was
through
just gonna ask, is that like the scale of the picture you're showing us? Is that like true to life?
It
So
is
those
massive.
tiny little things, trees down there, and we're walking towards this.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like at the top of a
Yeah.
mountain, or is it like shadowed by the mountains, or
There are
what's it?
two massive mountain peaks on either side
So the other
forming it.
side, yeah.
Yep. And
Yeah,
it is
cool.
it
So it's
is
exactly like it is in the
yep,
picture.
it is dwarfed by the mountains, and which is perplexing as well because you are at the top or close to the top of a mountain, and there shouldn't be mountain peaks that high that you
Yeah.
haven't seen from miles away.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, because I was
Mhm.
like, this is
And that-
weird.
And that doorway is 15 meters high.
Mhm.
50 feet.
15 meters, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Come in,
It's
come in.
big.
And she will lead you through a series of corridors, and doors will open as she approaches. She has put her lantern out now, and you will notice that the walls just seem to emanate a soft, warming glow that still doesn't do anything to alleviate the dread that you feel and the terrible awe that seems to be just oozing out of everything and into you. And she will take you into a small antechamber, small by way of comparison to this building and everything around it, but as large as an inn.
How are the doors scaled? Are they scaled to her, or they're scaled to the gate?
The doors are about 10 feet high.
Did you build this tower, Lady Carla?
Well, I guess in a way I'm partially responsible for it.
Uh-huh. I assume... no, I shouldn't make any assumptions.
Please, your animals are free to roam around inside. I don't mind it.
They'll get
Again,
lost.
just pardon?
They'll get lost.
Yes, they might do. Again, don't mind the gargoyles. And I will see about the tea. Tea for everyone and cake?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah, tea and cake.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
actually, that sounds really
Middle of
good.
you.
I'm just wondering, did you choose to build between two massive mountains to surround you and block all the sunlight to your abode, or did enemies of yours put giant mountains on either side of you?
Enemies? Oh, I don't
I
think
don't
I have.
know. Rivals?
No. I just like this
Fractious
place.
siblings?
I just like this place.
So you chose to build in a mostly dark valley.
Well, the sun does shine down from on top at times.
For a
There's
couple of hour period or something like that? Every day?
yes.
Okay.
And there is
And
light
that's
enough elsewhere. There is light enough for the trees to grow and the grass to grow, the birds to sing. It does
Have you
get quite
considered
enchanting
setting
here.
up giant mirrors at the top of the mountains to redirect light down here?
Oh, no, it's fine. There's more than adequate sunlight.
Okay.
I understand that you have some concerns, but you needn't have them. Trust me, there is plenty of sunlight. The valley is not cast in shadow for long.
Interesting.
At least not as long as you would expect. I will return shortly. If there is anything that you would like other than tea or cake, I can see what my larder has.
tea
Tea
and
and cake
cake is
sounds
fine.
excellent. Yeah, it's more than adequate.
I will
Very
return shortly then. She nods and will wander through a small door, or smallish door, and it will close behind her, leaving you in this large, fairly cold and sterile antechamber, other than the very plush couches that you find at the table that is adorned with very expensive-looking silverware. A large fire does burn in one large fireplace off to the side, but there is no other adornments.
Go and check out the fireplace. See if it's warm.
It is quite
I-
warm, and the closer you
I'll
get,
roll-
the cooker you feel.
That sounds good.
We'll quickly mention that she didn't sense any ill intent from our hosts. That
Oh.
doesn't mean that I'd still recommend to be cautious, but she doesn't seem to be going this much effort just to capture or kill us.
Mm.
Oh, she's probably
Um,
insane because she keeps talking about gargoyles, which I have not seen.
I mean,
They
could be
could be
invisible.
I mean, the
very
giant
high
thing
up.
on the front of the tower could potentially be a gargoyle.
That's true.
Yes, I've heard legends of such things in the Slaughter Scar.
A gargantuloil?
Perhaps.
Colossaloid. We should look for some magical trees, boss. That'd be like there's just magic around.
Agreed. I think there'll be time after 10
Yeah.
trumpets to maybe take a tour of the gardens.
Yes.
True.
Or
True.
perhaps
will-
even get a clipping from one of her trees if she would be so kind.
Is there a table or anything here?
Yes, there are tables, and it is set with fairly expensive-looking silverware.
Cool.
Excellent. The first test of our party. How good is everybody's table manners?
Hands up if you're concerned about the paladin swiping something.
Did we
Uh,
notice any wildlife in or around the castle?
No,
Don't
you
think
didn't. Tiny Tim raises his hand. Was he going to say anything or just raise his hand?
We said hands up if the paladin's going to steal anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
Right.
yeah, I got it.
Rude.
My hand was
Why
raised
would I
just
do
in
that?
person. To lose all of your abilities?
Our host has generously invited them into this clearly very imposing building and offered us, what's the word?
Hospitality.
refreshments?
Yeah,
Tea and cake?
refreshments. Like
Nibbles.
as-
it would be best for us to be as polite backwards at least.
We can
the
only
GIF
hope
is
that
why,
this is the highest of teas.
the GIF is why you might do it, Oz.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
How are the animals taking this actually? Are they just chill?
no, they are not. Actually, now that you ask about it, they do not look chill. They look more than a little bit skittish, every single one of them. They do not like
Every
this place.
Every single rat.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's probably why there's no wildlife.
That's a lot of squirm.
Mm-hmm.
What animals are with us again?
Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Oberon. And then a shitload of rats and 3 boar. Wait, is it 3 boar or 4 boar?
Because some of you left some animals behind.
I think
I
I
left
think
my
I-
bear behind, but I thought that was it.
I thought I left them all.
Did you?
You left
Man,
all
you
of them?
druids are amazing. You can't even remember where you put your animals.
I remember exactly where I put my animals. I thought the other animals were all with us.
I
but
thought you
that's fine.
took some of your animals, but you may have left the giant boar behind.
I thought the bear was left
think-
behind.
The bear was.
Yeah,
Aaron's
that's
already
what
said
Aaron
that.
said.
That's
I
Barrett.
will have to try and remember what I left where later. I'll be back when I can. Sorry.
That's
Carl.
okay. No problems.
Catches.
A short period will pass, maybe about 15 minutes, and the door will open again, and Lady Carla will come through, pushing a small trolley laden with crockery and a big steaming pile of cakes and a pot that also seems to be still steaming. It's all the crockery and The pot is all inlaid with silver filigree. The tray upon the trolley is silvered, and she'll bring it up to the table and start setting a place and put the cakes in prime position with a little pair of dainty tongs and the big pot. Who wants tea?
Me, please.
And she'll start pouring
Sure.
tea for whoever wants it. There is also a jug of cream and some cubes of sugar.
Nice. Lady Carla, is there any fish in that river
Fish,
that
yes.
wanders through your lands? Okay. And any wildlife in the forest?
Yes, there are birds and many other small animals.
Okay. We
I
just
like-
haven't seen any since we've been here. Are they
Oh.
all day animals?
They don't like strangers, so they often hide in the presence of those coming into the valley.
Do you have many visitors?
Not very often, no. Which is why I was so delighted when I went down to see who belonged to the wagons to find you there.
Oh, it must be incredibly fortuitous that we came in time for that. Came at such a time to have for you to coincidentally have fresh cakes.
Oh, I
Impressed.
always make cakes. But yes, indeed. Feel free to help yourself to the cakes if you want. I'm not hungry at the moment, so I'll just sit down. What I really would like is to just talk. It has been a while since I've had visitors, and I do like information of the valley and the people in it. It has been a little bit of time since I had some fresh information.
Excellent.
Well,
Olot will. I mean, if that's what she's requested, Olot will certainly start. I guess talking. If that just
Mhm.
idle chit chat and asking about anything specific or just in general. How long has it been since you? I guess the main question like, when was the last you heard? Like what's the? Am I dealing with like last week's news, or am I dealing with like last year's news, or am I?
Well, the last I heard, Lord Barris Castellane had just taken rulership of the valley. That young scallywag, he'd only
Oh.
just become a man, really.
That was a long time ago.
I was gonna say that's the old guy in charge of the town, right?
That's
Yeah.
the guy who's dead.
Back.
So yes, he's only just taken over, from what I understand. But you say that was a long time ago. Oh, it has been some time then.
Yes,
Oh.
he was when we again. I guess when. How long ago did we enter the valley roughly? Like I assume it was all at the same time, but like how long have we been here, Grail? Just like a
Well,
month?
these characters, yeah,
Yeah.
probably a couple months.
Couple of months. So we would have come in after he died.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. That's all. I just want to double check where the thing is.
Yep.
Well, yeah. So I guess I'll mention you like, oh yeah, no, I guess it has been a while since you've heard it because I heard very recently he actually died. He
Oh,
did his job very well as head of some subaltern, but yes, with a bit of the unrest that's going on in the valley at the moment, it's been
there's always unrest in the
difficult.
valley. That's one of the reasons I don't like to go down there very much. Even though I like the people quite a lot, individually they're nice, but together, too many political movements and machinations and attempts at power grabs and little wars and spats. It's altogether unwholesome, and I don't really care for it. So I like to stay up here, and occasionally I'll just go to the outskirts and find someone to talk to. So I was fortuitous, as you said, to run into you. So tell me about yourselves. It's unusual to get such a large group of people up here. Normally it's only a small couple. And you are, I mean, as I just mentioned, there's so much violence and altogether unpleasantness in the valley. And you are all obviously warriors, so I do take that into consideration. But you seem to be, for the most part, a nicer bunch than what I would normally see, at least dressed as you are. So please tell me about yourselves. Tell me who you are and what you're doing. I'm just curious.
Excuse me, I don't think myself or my friend
Maze.
Maze are warriors at all.
Maze is dressed in scale mail.
I mean, armor's defensive. Offensive. We travel and seek to learn more and are searching for things out in the world, but we certainly do not crave violence or look for it.
Well, that's an
Speak for
admirable
yourself.
trait, young man. But
I'm
boss,
not as young as I look.
Young man.
Not as young as I look.
oh. And the cakes, if you are trying them, are
Mm.
out of this world fantastic. Some of the best, if not the best cake you have ever eaten. And the tea is equally amazing. Super refreshing, light, tangy, and sweet.
Oh, this tea, this food.
Glorious.
You are indeed a fantastic host.
I don't think I have the skills to make a cake this good, so I won't ask for a recipe. But what is the blend of leaves that you use to make this tea?
Oh, that's I grow that myself.
Mugwort, arsenic.
Would it be possible to get
And
some
what?
cuttings
Sure.
of your tea plants?
Oh,
Ah,
of course it would.
just go straight for it, dude.
Yeah, if it's the best tea that I've ever had, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go straight for it.
That's legit.
Once again, your forthrightness amazes me.
hmm hmm
Jingles likes tea, doesn't he?
I was about to say he gets up and asks if he can also tag along and at least have an appreciation of the collection.
Oh, of course, of course.
Funnily enough, Tiny does not partake in tea.
So Tiny does not do tea or cake.
No.
Is there anything else you would like?
Do you have
Uh,
any gloom? Maybe.
Do you have any floor cleaner?
Do you have a stuffed donkey who is always losing his tail?
And maybe a thistle patch.
Indeed.
You ask if Lady Carla wants to party.
We're just suggesting Tiny Tim has a bit of Eeyore.
She grows tea leaves.
I mean, the two aren't mutually exclusive, but yeah.
So, you came up into the mountains. What were you doing up here? If you don't want me to ask these questions, then I won't. I'm just curious. Again, I like to hear people talk and find out what's going on in the world and what people are doing.
Looking for treasure.
It's a little bit more complicated than that. We have spent the last month or so helping out the settlement of Kel's Rise, just at the foot of these mountains. It's Kel's Rise, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
It's an
Okay. Good. Got
outpost,
that right.
effectively.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I said settlement. It has been under increasing attack by the,
Lizardmen.
by lizardmen
Lizardmen
and
the
orcs
and other degenerates.
other such creatures, which has been quite difficult. So we've been trying to help out where we can.
Ah, yes, terrible business. So you came up to drive these lizard men off, and also seek treasure.
We were told of a cache of supplies and and treasure that may be around this area. We
It was
were
a reward.
we were we were hoping that we could hopefully find along our way find some bases or camps of the enemy and take them
Disrupt
out along our way, just disrupt them as much as can to try and give Kel'Zarai a bit of a break.
Sometimes, as I'm sure you know, when gardening, we are called upon to prune or to deal with some pests.
So you are eliminating pests. Well, I guess it's noble for
If
the
we
people.
find them.
I guess that's noble for the people of Kel'Zarai, as you said.
Indeed,
Hmm.
and the valley.
Yes. Yes. I don't know if the lizard men would like that, but it is understandable. They can be pugnacious at times.
Yes, and this is why we were surprised to run into you, because we weren't expecting this. And all just like waves her hand around, grandiose
Might I
place up in
say,
the mountains.
awesome and terrific and, dare I say, fey castle you have.
Oh, no, not that. No, but it's my humble little home.
Why did you build all these other houses around your tower if nobody else lives here? Did you
But-
hope other people would come to live here?
Oh, but I didn't build them. The people who live there build them
Where are they?
in their houses, I would expect.
Are they as
Oh,
tall
okay.
as you are?
Oh no, they are people like you.
Do you trade with the valley?
Oh no, but sometimes the people in the people in the small little town will sometimes trade, but more often than not, we keep to ourselves up here.
So this is a town in the mountains where stuff grows without sunlight, or there's more sunlight than there should be. Rocks float. You make amazing cakes. Do you trade amazing cakes with the people who live in the town?
Oh yes, sometimes they will come and they will have some cake. They are wonderful
How many people
up here.
come up here and actually leave again? Why would not everybody just stay here and live in this valley? This seems way better than the valley,
Well,
the main valley.
people have lives. And
Oh, family. Okay,
yes,
I can see that.
and their lives and what they need to do is important to them. So, if people want to come and live here, then I guess. But this place isn't for everyone. It's for some people, and those people are welcome.
Not everybody is welcome here. Okay. I thought you were saying some people wouldn't want to live here because
Well, yes, not
it confuses me who would not want to live here.
people
So
who
far.
have
I
other
wouldn't want to live here. Oliver will speak up.
people
Like,
who
it's
have
nice.
other things to do in their life.
Yeah,
I have no enemies.
it's certainly lovely, but there's we've got work to do.
People
Not
have
everybody has.
people have goals and dreams and lives. People have destinies and fates. People have oaths. People have values. And sometimes this place does not align with what they need to do to achieve all of that. And they must carve out their own path. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
I agree, but I
Yes.
was talking about just regular civilians. But yeah.
Well, maybe when I retire, I'll go find this place again.
Yeah.
Live out my days. Seems secluded.
This seems like a good place to raise a family.
Maybe. There aren't many children here, though.
Really?
I don't believe the townsfolk. Yes, I don't think they have many children, if any. I don't think that's something that is one of their goals.
It's interesting.
Again, everybody
That's
carves
been
out their own
reason.
path.
Safety. All right. Cool.
Vex, now's your chance to Pied Piper stuff. Or reverse Pied Piper stuff.
No, I'm just, sitting down with my rats, feeding them some cake.
Do the pyramids in the valley hold some deep meaning?
The pyramids?
The
Oh,
obelisks.
the obelisks. Well, I guess they do. I mean, they're a peculiarity, aren't they?
Okay, so you didn't make them; they were already here when you turned up.
Oh, I'm not as wonderful with my hands as you seem to think, but they are a peculiarity. They've been there for a very long time. The funny thing about them, from what I understand, is that very few people ask about them, and those that do ask about them tend to accept any answer that's given to them, even if it seems to contradict things that they already know or information that they have heard before.
Hmm. Maybe they were all Bayesians.
Maybe.
I am sure that the mystery of the obelisks will one day be licked.
Perhaps it will.
Damn it!
What? What?
Go for it.
Yeah.
She has a
You made me choke on my cake.
she has a slightly crooked smile on her face.
I'm glad to know she can appreciate meta humor too.
So, you are adventuring treasure hunters and monster slayers.
Yeah,
I think
Or
that's
I think
wandering
Defenders of the
gardens.
Valley would be.
defenders as
Yeah.
well.
Defenders of nature.
Well, yeah,
Nature.
there's nature in the valley, but I don't think driving back the
Valley.
Lizard Man has anything to do with the nature of the valley.
Defenders of the weak and downtrodden, perhaps. Those who cannot defend themselves?
Yes.
I look over to our paladin.
Yeah.
It is noble indeed to strive to be a shield and armor for those who do not have it, and are weak or unable to muster the strength to defend themselves.
Indeed. All too often, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune crash against them.
Yes, yes. She sits back into
This
this
seems
very
like a
comfy
really
chair. This seems like a what, sorry?
a really big tower just for you.
Oh
I hope
no,
you have a cleaning staff.
I have the gargoyles.
Oh, nice. And they clean?
Well, they don't make much mess.
Okay, must get dusty.
Well,
Huh.
maybe. I don't really notice the dust, and it's not really around here.
Oh, okay, do you not? I guess there's like a lot of the tower you don't use.
Oh, much of the tower is used.
By you? Or the gargoyles?
Oh, by me, by people in the town who come here occasionally. It is
Is
what
there
it
a
is.
library in the tower or some kind of facility?
Libraries? Yes, I have many libraries.
Inside the tower?
Yes.
What else does the tower hold? Is there like a bath?
Oh, do you want a bath? I can absolutely have baths drawn for you.
Oh, like a. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah,
And
that's also good.
if you would
I
buy,
meant like the Corinthian bathhouse or something like that. But yeah, that sounds.
I keep telling you, Maze, you'll upset your humors.
Oh,
You
come on.
bathe too often.
I can have rooms made up for you if you'd like to stay.
Very kind of you, especially as it is indeed late and the rain continues.
Yes. Yes,
If we
you
don't
must
get
be
back to our
tired.
friend, she's gonna get lost.
I will send someone out to make sure that she is looked after.
Hmm.
Someone who?
Oh, one of
Good
the
gargoyle.
townsfolk.
Oh, it sounds. Wait, do you have beasts of burden for sale here?
No, no.
Okay.
She's just looking at you all, taking you all in quietly. Her eyes are fairly narrow.
So to speak.
Pardon?
Hmm.
Taking us all in, so to speak.
Oh, it would be. I guess it would be. It would be nice if we had. If we could stay, as it is. As I mentioned, it is
Would
quite
it?
late. Oh,
Okay.
you would prefer to stay outside?
I'd like a bath and to check out the library, but
I
That
can.
might take a while.
isn't it like the morning for us? I know it's dark, but we just like got up.
How long
No,
has it
I'm
been since
sure.
we got up?
You think it's only been a couple of hours. I'm sure
Yeah.
that you are feeling quite tired. You look tired. You feel tired.
Yeah, but it's been a couple of hours. I understand, but this is like a. This is just because we're in darkness. Also, I want to see it become daytime here. That sounds amazing. Can you imagine? It'll be like dawn and dusk so quickly. That must be phenomenal. Like
Well,
they're very
if you wish to see it, the dawn, you will probably need to rest here. I will have the baths drawn up. Does anyone else wish a bath?
Of course, that would be lovely. Are you
What?
sure you don't need any
As-
help? Or
No.
I don't.
And you were about to say, sorry, Granum?
I don't wish to damage my humours, so thank you, but no.
Of course.
I will happily partake of a bath.
Would you instead prefer a wash basin and cloth?
Yes, thank you.
Of course. I shall return shortly. And she will wander out, leaving the tea and cake tray behind, and everything that was there.
nice.
The tea and cake still remains hot and steaming.
I mean,
Lovely.
obviously.
Like, so as far as I figure it, it's like midday.
About that, yes.
So, I'm just talking to the group.
are
So
we?
I feel
but
like
we do feel tired.
Yes, you do.
Like as
yeah, but
it's been
that's
like
just
a
a
full
trick
day.
of the light. Like that's what happens if you're in the dark. You know, your eyes just tell you that it's time to sleep.
It is light here, where you are now, in this room.
Yeah.
Because the room's lit. Yeah, true.
Mhm.
Okay.
Big
Yeah, but
roaring
looking at the
fire.
night, walking through that dark forest. Look, Maze ain't sleeping until like a day has passed. Okay. So
Well, that's reasonable. Just don't tire yourself out, I guess.
I just feel like weren't you the one who was saying that we have a reason? Look, Maze is the one who's I'm the one who's like, why would we not just live here in a town that's away from all conflict? Okay, I'm trying to become a hero, so like I have a goal that I
Yes.
want to achieve, but I feel
Exactly.
like normal people should want to live here. But you don't want to live here because you want to protect people and there's no one here to protect. So shouldn't we
Normal
just move
people-
on?
Normal people don't often come by here. would imagine. She
Yeah.
doesn't seem the type to just let anybody into.
Well, now we've told her what's
home.
going on in the valley, so shouldn't we just move on?
I mean, I wouldn't mind sleeping in a nice bed for one night. Is there? Are you still suspicious of her intentions? Is that why?
I'm suspicious of magical whimsy in the world after the cataclysm. Yeah. Yeah, magical and whimsy don't go together, as far as I understand it. But I'm not suspicious of her. I don't know why we're staying here. I don't know what we gain from it. That's all. Apart from delicious cake, I'd like to see this tea recipe. I'd love to get a cutting.
Yeah, and so apart from everything you've just listed.
But like, I don't want to rest here. Like, we can come back and rest when it's like, nighttime or something.
Or maybe you could peruse the library, go mingle with the townsfolk.
Exactly. Maybe I'll peruse the library for the rest of the day and then go to bed, or whatever. But I'm not going to bed in the middle of the day. That's a level of craziness that I will not partake in. Also, as a side note, she doesn't seem to know how time tracks. And considering that there's like weird magic here and days last for, the sun tracks in a different way across the sky, according to her.
Have we lost
Maybe time passes
Lucas?
differently here. I don't know. This seems like a weird magical place. There's no way that anybody who comes up here, partakes in the cake, talks to her, and then returns to the valley, does not tell everybody about the magical valley that has no enemies and delicious cake, and everybody in the valley who's not a hero doesn't travel here. Like, this valley doesn't make any sense. That's my point. That's why it's suspicious, right? Does no one else think that this is suspicious?
Of course.
Of course, it's
Brel
suspicious.
speaks from a mouthful of cake. I can't believe someone would have told us about the cake by now.
Exactly.
But
Everybody
also-
would be talking about the cake.
She mentioned that the last time she'd heard any news of the valley is like
50 years
ages ago.
Yeah. Well, not ages, but yeah, 50 years ago. Right? Yeah.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if news like that doesn't get around as much. And also,
You think that a city gets forgotten about in less than a generation?
also if you think we went right to Kel's Rise and told everybody about this in the mountain, how many people would believe us?
Lots of people would, especially if we came back with some cake.
What I don't get is just saying how suspicious it is whilst stuffing your face with cake.
Who's stuffing their face with cake?
Well, I don't know. Everyone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Except Tiny Tim, who doesn't do cake.
Yeah, but suspicious doesn't infer malice.
No.
I'm just saying
that was the point.
I agree it's probably a bit risky to eat this cake, but like it's really good.
It's nice
Okay? The
That's
first
because
time
it's laced with opiates. And you'll be coming back
Well-
here like a friggin'...
let me just say,
She's just a dealer.
no regrets.
Yeah,
Does
well, again,
Jingles recognize some herb flavors?
No.
Let's see.
Yeah.
No, it is
Okay.
all new and amazingly so.
These cakes...
LSD. You can't tell because it's just chemically enhanced.
These cakes are amazing and they just make me hungrier.
You can't taste
Well-
poppy because it's LSD.
so if you, I guess let's see what everybody else thinks. What do you like? I'll just or kind of just like prompt everybody in turn and ask, what do you think we should do? Should we stay here for more time? Should we leave immediately and get back to what we were doing? What's like? How do you want to rest? Do you want to sleep? Do you want to what are your feelings on it?
I'm
start with-
curious as to why we've never. I feel like we've been invited. It's like you're not gonna come over to stumble across this place. So I would like to. I'm not opposed to staying overnight, but I would like to have a look around, peruse the library, try not to run afoul of these gargoyles.
Excellent. Tiny
Funny.
Tim, what's your feelings?
I don't know. I mean,
Cool. I mean, you're
I'm
obviously
not-
very untrustworthy considering you're not having any of this.
yeah. But it's out of the rain. At least I don't think that I'm getting rained on. Good illusion if I am.
Indeed.
You
I
do
feel
sound
nice.
a bit.
Hmm?
You do sound like you've been out in the rain a bit.
Yes.
Jingles.
Jingles has definitely been swayed by the teas and cake, but seeing how nervous some of the animals have been, and just the vibe of the hall, the energy coming off it, the way what's the name again?
Lady Carla.
Yeah, just the way she's acting, some of the other party members are reacting, a bit suspicious. He's happy to rest, but he'd like to do the usual party watch, having someone sort of keeping an eye out on the schedule. Maybe find a room with maybe 2 exits instead of 1. Or ideally no doors, and somewhere you can kind of just escape if need be.
I don't think. Okay, yeah. Maze, I'm not concerned that she's going to kill us or something like that.
Mm.
I'm more concerned that the valley is on a different time than this valley is on. Because my concern is that tomorrow when we leave, there is no forest in the mountains, and we can't leave. That's more my concern,
And leaving
Okay.
now would be different.
because it's still raining.
It seems a
Like,
bit
and it's still the
arbitrary.
same day.
I was
Yes,
gonna say,
absolutely. It's all a bit arbitrary. I don't know when this could end, but I'm saying the longer we're here, the more likely. No, I'm just saying it's a possibility. It seems very strange. This valley doesn't realistically exist to me all
Yes.
the time.
I can understand you'd be feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah, because the trees appeared out of nowhere.
On that note,
Mm-hmm.
Val, how are you feeling?
I hate it here. I want to leave.
Cool.
There's no life here. It doesn't feel right. My rats don't like it here, so I don't want them to subject them to staying in this place.
You couldn't sense anything as we walked towards this.
No. It was very wrong. I will still stay with the party if everyone wants to, sleep in these nice beds that
I will
we've heard
still
of.
eat the cake.
Oh, how are
and-
my rats liking the cake, by the way?
Yeah, they
Oh
seem to
god.
like it.
Okay,
Oh.
are you taking the cake off the table and giving it to them, or are you letting them
No,
swarm on the table?
It's a horde on the
I'm,
table.
I'm like
That's
feeding
just
them
awesome.
with my hand.
Oh, dude, that's unsanitary. They're lining up. Queuing.
I'm sorry, I don't think one of their trainings is eating cake.
I'm just brushing it with my hand.
Table,
Pretty
table manners.
Forming a queue.
Pretty sure they
Rat
have a
etiquette would be amazing as a
Oh,
training, though.
Al got it. It's just queuing. That's
Yeah.
just one of the trainings.
pretty
Worth
sure
it.
you don't have to train rats how to eat cake.
I mean, not in Britain. Or
You
They're
might
talking-
wanna-
Britain, mind
You
They're
might
talking
want to
about
train
in
them.
polite society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. While you're
That's
speaking,
why I said etiquette.
Mhm.
Graham, what's your feelings on this?
I understand where Maze's concerns are, but I'm inclined to stay the night at least. We've had a wonderful, kind host be very generous with her time and amazing tea cakes. So let's stay, I say.
Cool. Very well. It seems like the slight majority would like to at least stay the night and see how we go. If people want to stay up or like not go to bed immediately, or stay up and keep watch, that sounds like a good plan. Depending on what I guess rooms she offers us.
At which point she actually wanders back in. I have rooms set up for all of you, and baths drawn for those who want them, and wash basin for random.
Thank you.
I have
Yeah.
a question for you, Lady Carla. When's the last time you had visitors like us or anyone who you've encountered in the mountains?
Oh, it was a little while ago, I guess, but I didn't mark it on a calendar, so I couldn't tell you exactly.
Yes. Well,
But it was some time ago.
Was it those visitors who told you about Lord Castellane?
Maybe. She kind of starts looking absent-mindedly, as though like she cocks her head slightly and looks up to the roof as though she's trying to think, trying to remember. There might have been.
It's not too important. We're just trying to figure out.
No, that's it's understandable. You're well within your rights to ask me questions. I've asked you questions. I think it might have been. Yes, let's say it was. That's probably right.
Right. I guess Ulra will stand up and I guess get ready to be read off while the baths are ready. Who was actually having a bath?
I was.
Maze. Hell yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And she will
Was
lead you.
anyone else ended? Yeah,
If
let's
you
go.
wish,
Let's do it.
you can leave your animals here in this room. They'll be quite safe in here. They'll be comfortable as well. So follow me. I'll have water brought in for them. They might like that. So follow me, and I will lead you to the rooms. And she will head back out the door and start moving down these corridors again. Anyone who follows, she will start opening doors.
Is there anyone who isn't following? I guess is the
This
more,
is a
is
good
the,
question.
is the more key.
This is a good question. Anyone who is not following.
Oh, I'm coming along.
Okay, so I'm assuming that's the case. She will start opening doors one at a time and motioning in, and she'll say, "Maze, this is your room." And you'll notice that there is a large four-post bed in there. There is a small trunk for items, clothing, whatever, at its foot, and there is a large bath, steaming water coming from it, not too far away. Fresh towel. It looks very comfortable. It looks like
nice.
looks like the kind of room that royalty would have. That you at least what you would consider royalty would have.
After I'm done with
Yes?
the bath, is there any way that I could check out the library or perhaps
If
the garden where you grow those marvelous
of
tea
course,
plants?
of course, there is a small bell just on the mantle there. If you ring that, I will come and get you.
Oh, thank you. I mean,
It wouldn't do to have you wandering
when-
around. It can get a little bit maze-like and very easy to lose one's way in here. So I'll show you where the plants and the libraries are,
okay, thank you very much.
and then
Uh,
she will close the door behind you and start heading off. You were about to say something, Dan?
Side note, Grail, thank you. I think this is the perfect break we need after all of those sessions at the tower. Changing things up has been a breath of fresh air.
It's much different. It's going to be a tower of going up through
This is right.
100 levels. Goes down 100.
That's what I'm saying. It's a change, and it's a breath of fresh air.
I know
Exactly.
it's great. Everybody's so tense and suspicious. It's wonderful. And literally just someone offering their home to you, and it's like, nah, it's all weird, guys. There's
She will.
nothing weird about this whatsoever.
Not at all.
Side note, I think Grail was like, so they don't want to run their own tavern when I offered them that. It's fantastic. Fine. Do you want a tower? Is a tower what you want? Come on, it's a lovely tower. What do you want? It's in there.
Got a lot of
Except for
towers
the
here.
animals? No, screw you. No animals.
She will then go a bit further in and open another door. All right, this is your room. You'll find very similar accoutrements within.
There's a bath and everything.
Absolutely.
Cool, lovely. Ola and I guess Triva as well. Will...
Oh, I have a room for Triva. But if you wish, I can have her set up in this room as well.
That's a. I guess I'll ask Triva what she would like.
Triva sees your bath and your huge bed, and she wants one of her own.
Fair, very fair.
Since she's had nothing like this ever before.
Mm-hmm.
And then
fair enough.
she will lead the group down. She will close the door after you enter in. Granum, here's your room.
Oh, thank you.
There is no bath, but there is a wash basin, steaming with a washcloth, etc.
This looks fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. And same for Brell. Another room.
Oh, I might. I was wondering if I could have a look in around town after I have my bath.
Maybe, yes, it's possible. It depends what the townsfolk would like. They do get a little bit nervous of new people, but I'll see if they would like to have you in their vicinity. I'm sure they wouldn't mind, especially if you leave behind your arms and armor. That especially makes them nervous.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
And Alan,
your
character hasn't had garlic in the past couple of days, right?
Unfortunately, not.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
The townsfolk would love to have you around for dinner.
Joke on us. They're anime fans.
You are again putting words into people's mouth.
As long as it's only words.
Yeah.
Tiny Tim, here is a room for you.
You timed that well. I just had a coughing fit.
Marvelous. And you didn't partake of any of the refreshments. Is there something that I could have brought to your room?
No, it's good. I'm fasting for the day.
You're fasting?
Yes, it's a new diet.
Very well. We have some marvelous brandy and also some ale that I could have sent to you.
Oh, well, yeah, the brandy sounds good.
Yeah, alcohol doesn't count.
It doesn't
Everyone
count,
has their price.
I
It's a
will,
food fast, okay? Liquids are good.
I will bring up a bottle of brandy for you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Val, here is a room for you.
A big bottle, yes?
I'll bring up the biggest bottle that I can find.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm bringing my rats with me.
Somebody's getting a Nebuchadnezzar.
You're not leaving the rats behind?
No, I cuddle with the rats.
Okay, that's fine. Lady Carla does look a little bit perplexed, but yeah, other than that, she'll, of course, the room will be like all the others. If you wanted a bath, there'll be a bath in there. Otherwise, there's a wash basin. Otherwise, there's nothing other than the bed and a mantle and the trunk and the mantelpiece. And Treva will get one as well. And Jingles, here is a room for you.
Very kind, thank you.
You're more than welcome. I will. Is there anything else that any of you would like? She'll ask as you each went in there. Otherwise, I will come and see you if you ring on the bell. I just ask you not to wander the halls and the corridors because it is possible you'll get lost, and that does make the gargoyles a little bit nervous.
Are you got any cheese?
All the rooms are on the same floor?
Yeah, but you did kind of wend your way through, and you took lefts and rights and lefts and go through a big door to find a small door, etc.
So we're not in the, like, our rooms aren't adjacent to each other?
No, they are not.
Oh, wow, okay.
This will be fun.
Spread out.
So we
Can
can
I ask
walk
Lady
around.
Carla for cheese?
Cheese? Cheese? Yes,
Yes, I love cheese.
I'll bring a wheel of cheese for you.
Oh,
One wheel
that
or
would be
two?
splendid. Thank
One for you, one for the rest.
That is going to be some unhealthy rats.
Hey,
They're
she's
gonna be-
given it to them. She's aware of the consequences.
There's going to be rat poop everywhere.
this is how we create more giant rats. It's the wrong kind of giant rats.
Okay,
Rebecca
she
would
will
be
then, after settling you all into your rooms, return to Tiny Tim with a rather large bottle of brandy
Thank you.
and a glass.
Is it a Nebuchadnezzar of brandy?
That's a bit optimistic, isn't
Not
it?
quite that large.
Not 15 litres?
No.
Okay.
The glass seems optimistic in Tim's eyes.
Well, you got it anyway. And she will bring a wheel of cheese for Val. It's a sizable wheel.
Thank you, Lady Carla. A whole wheel is quite generous.
Oh, you are more than welcome. And she will bid you all good night, unless you ring the bells.
I mean, I guess I will if it's still like 1 by the time I finish my bath.
Yep, the baths are amazing. You feel like you're almost melting in them. They are just so relaxing. The water
Does the
is
water
warm.
go cold?
No.
I may
See-
die in this bath.
Don't you want to stay?
I'm just saying I may die in the bath.
As in because you don't want to get out of it, or like
Yeah, because eventually your skin just falls off. That's what I'm saying. My skin may fall off.
So the baths are full of acid.
No, you just can't stay submerged in water for too long. Your skin sloughs off.
If anyone hasn't seen Vexxi's gift, please enjoy it.
Oh dear. Breath the dog in.
Well,
Ah,
never mind. I just spend the rest of the day in the bath until it's bedtime, and then
I
I
just want to keep
go
my
to
rats
bed.
happy.
Okay.
If
I
the
will
bath stays
actually.
warm all day,
It is.
damn it.
I will actually ring the bell and see if the. Do I really want to? I might just go to the library. I'll go to the library.
Okay.
At-
You was
at
better
what
say something,
point-
Dan?
At
So-
what point does your water become too much pee, Maze?
No, he doesn't do that. That's disgusting.
There are
Gross.
bedpans.
I have toddlers. It's gonna happen.
It's no. Oh
Do we look that
no.
age? What's our age again?
The water is nice. Appreciate the runes. The water is constantly warm. Say it. Just say it. No matter your intentions.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There are people who don't piss in the pool. Okay.
So you ring the bell, Brel?
Yes.
You can ring my bell.
Oh,
Right.
my short touch.
She doesn't turn up in spandex, though.
Thank.
As soon as
Yes.
you ring the bell, the door will have a little tap on it.
Oh, that was very quick.
I was just passing through when you rang the bell.
How
Yes?
fortuitous.
Yes. What would be your pleasure?
I was wondering if perhaps if I could peruse your library.
You do not wish to go back into the village? The town?
I thought about it, but I feel perhaps more in the mood for some ruminating.
Of course. What kind of library would you like to visit?
Ah, history.
Of course. Follow me.
Chicken McFly.
And she will take
Yep.
you through winding passages, through corridors, upstairs, downstairs, through large, clunky iron doors, and finally to a large, expansive library which is full of shelves with big tomes and dusty scrolls, as far as I can see. Pretty much. There's
Wow.
heaps of them. The ceiling has fonts of light just emanating out from it. A fairly neutral-ish, cool colour so that it doesn't hurt the eyes, but it is bright enough that you can easily read by. You'll find that there is a lot here. Some you may read, some you may not, only because you may find that it is written in a language that you do not understand. But you are free to peruse and read what you can.
That I will. Thank you muchly.
My only regret is that the means for cataloguing it all is not very good, and as such, it is a bit of a shambles.
Is okay. Well, I will. I will make do.
Very good. Do you wish to have any drink or anything to eat while you are reading?
Oh, perhaps some. Actually, perhaps some more of that lovely tea and cake. That would be
Of
glorious.
course, I will bring some for you. Again, I ask that you do not wander the halls, but ring this bell. She'll motion, and there is a bell on a table near you when you wish to leave, and I will escort you back to the room.
He
Very
spends
well.
a lot on bells.
Enjoy your reading, Brown. And then she will leave you to it.
Interesting.
I'm more and more picturing the Vermintide 1 map Enchanter's Lair
Mhm.
when you're walking through the corridors, pretty much.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, they're kind of. If you tried to pay attention, they might be a little bit disconcerting.
Cool.
So your rats do like the cheese. It's quite nice cheese. It's smelly, but it's strong, pungent, very delicious if you try any yourself. But they still are a bit uncomfortable in this place.
That's good. I thought the cheese would make them happy.
It makes them happy for a time, and then they've eaten the cheese, and then they start ruminating on the fact that they're in a funny place.
They're smarter than we are. Go with it.
Does anyone else wish to do anything other than have your skin fall off your body because of the bath, eat cheese, or read Cowton's books?
Sleep in the comfy bed.
Yep, you can do that as well. And the
my
bed,
bones aren't.
the bed is like, you picture the most comfortable bed you've ever had, and then triple it. It's like you just fall into it. It's like, it forms around your body, perfectly matched to your weight and your disbursement, and it is so good.
My bones aren't old anymore, but this is what I'm talking about.
It's like, oh.
Tiny Tim sleeps on the floor. He doesn't trust fancy beds.
Did you try any of the brandy?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm stashing it. I'll try it in a safe place.
What Tiny Tim? He had a joyectomy when he was young. Has never been the same, I fear.
Pretty much. Doesn't trust anyone.
All right, so I'm looking. Basically, I try and find some stuff
If
in the
only
library,
it was so.
which is actually in some languages I speak, and I sort of see how contemporary the language is.
Sure. There are stuff that is clearly hundreds, if not thousands of years old here. It is written in different handwriting, in lots of different languages. It seems to be, some of it's contemporary, some of it is pretty archaic. You find pretty much something you would consider to be written in almost every language, and a few that you wouldn't even recognize, even if you knew adjacent languages. Is there anything in particular that you are trying to find out about?
Ooh.
There is a lot of material here. There are piles and piles and piles of scrolls. There are books that are as thick as you are. Huge tomes, massive tomes, and there's heaps of them. They're just everywhere.
Are the tomes mostly scaled to, medium creatures or creatures closer to Lady Carla?
There are all different sizes. And
Okay.
there are some which you would say would be I mean, you have a look at some tomes, or especially of religious or importance in our real world. Some of those historically were massive and very ostentatious, and there's illuminations made on the pages with, gold and other precious metals, and some of the bindings have got gems embedded in them. Some you think are written on vellum, some you think are probably written on paper or parchment that has been gilded, and others you look at and you see scrolls or whatever, and you're certain that they've been written on dried flesh. There is just so many, or dried skin, I should say, not flesh. So many different types. It is an amazingly eclectic collection.
All right, I guess I'll look for something which history of the valley or history of this valley.
Roll a D100. You have a 1% chance of finding something.
That's fair.
I mean, if
Remember,
anyone's going to make that roll, it's Al.
Yep, remember, you do, because this is the 100th session, get one reroll each night for this night. You can
Use
choose.
it, Al.
I'm gonna no,
Use
I'm
the
gonna save
reroll.
it for the. I'm gonna save it for the will save.
to leave. Good luck.
But
I
you would have
find-
made the reroll here, Al. It was fated.
That's right. We'll see how we go. Anyway,
So-
I clearly find not what I'm looking for.
Absolutely not. And you start if that's what you're looking for, you spend all your time just seeming to skim through stuff, looking for any mention of it, and you don't find any information on what you're after, but also you don't actually end up reading anything of importance or taking anything in, because that's all you're doing. You're just skimming. And there's so much to take in, and so much information, and written in so many different ways and in so many different books. It would be a lifetime's work to go through this library.
Oh.
You had a chance.
Yep.
It didn't pan out, but you read a few interesting articles. Estonian wines, very fruity.
And I request that be the session title.
If anyone else is doing anything, are you finally going to ring the bell? You start feeling really tired. You were tired beforehand. You're tired now, Brel. Are you going to head back to your room for a sleep, or are you going to fall asleep at the table, at the desk?
I'm going to.
Oh, she did bring back the tea and cake, by the way.
Lovely. Well, I'll still partake of that, and I'll be curious to see. I'll be wondering why the tea doesn't wake me up. And yeah,
Herbal?
true.
It's combining with the.
I checked the door of
cake.
the library that she came out of. Is it locked?
Yes.
That's curious. For her own safety, I'm sure. Is there a bell in the room?
There is.
If I were a magic user, I'd detect magic, but I'm not. Yeah, what the hell? I'll check the room for secret doors.
Okay. Roll 3d6 for me, please. Forward
No.
/ before the R.
Oh, God.
Dude, it's only been 100 sessions.
That's
Okay. You think that you have a bit of a look. You're starting to feel really, really tired. But you think you find behind a bookshelf the outline of a door, which is very faint and very hard to perceive. You will have to shift the bookshelf to get to it, but you think it's there.
give it a go.
All right, make a strength. Actually, not a strength check. What you want to do is you want to make a feat of strength check. So if you have a
How does
look,
that differ?
so that is, if you have a look at that, under stats and skills, there is feat of strength. And you can do it on a D6. Select your token. You might need to open your character sheet first, and then do a feat of strength. You can do it on a D6.
Yep, I've got. Yep. All right, let's go with that.
He wouldn't get any bonus because he's a rogue who knows how to open doors that he's not supposed to.
This is trying to move the bookshelf.
Oh, sorry. Moving the bookshelf. My bad.
Okay, you try to move the bookshelf, and instead you topple it over.
Oops.
Because
Oh,
you were
that's
trying to move it, and then it started to get a little bit out of kilter, and over it goes. Boom! Books go everywhere. Yeah,
It's making a mess now. Jeez.
but you have made the door accessible. But that was really loud. Roll a surprise check for me, please.
Oh, good. Oops. No,
That's
tried
initiative.
that. I do not have a helmet on at the moment. And I'm presuming no modifier.
That one fails. Okay, that's good. So the door is there. You think you can see the door. When suddenly there is a large stony thing that leans down out of the wall above the door where the bookshelf used to be, and grabs you and whisks you into the wall.
Oh, good.
You are deposited in your room.
I think Aaron found the best gift for it.
He was sublimated.
oh, great. I mean,
The more I
accurate.
watch, the less not good it becomes.
Yeah.
So yes, and the thing that grabbed you was huge, and it just kind of morphed out of the wall, grabbed you, and then screamingly just forced you back into the wall, and then threw you into your room. And it all happened in like a second.
I sort of look around a little flustered and says, that could be good a lot worse. I gotta get a bed now.
There is a knock at your door, Jingles. Jingles?
He's asleep.
Okay.
He
It
fell
goes-
asleep in his room.
It goes unanswered. The bed was too comfortable.
I do want to
That's
ring
on
the
you.
bell.
Yes, no, maybe.
Do you want to ring the bell? Bosh?
Yeah,
Well.
I want to. I want to explore the garden. Because I
So
just
do
want to see some
I.
plants in this place, man. I'm really
Yeah.
uneasy.
Are you ringing the bell then?
Yes.
Okay. As you ring the bell, before you even finish, there is a tap at your door.
Well, that was fast. Fast service.
Val, you rang. Is there something I could do for you?
Yes, I wanted to explore your garden, and I recall a couple of my friends wanted to, see your tea plants.
Yes, one of them doesn't seem to be answering the tap. I went to his room, but I believe he may be asleep. I hope he's asleep
Oh,
and nothing worse has
Jesus.
happened, but I'm going to respect his privacy, at least until I think that he may have drowned in the bath.
Oh, it's not unusual for him to fall asleep, smoking a bit of one of his concoctions.
Wow,
course.
you're really blunt.
Yeah. I mean, she is just like straight up, I want to explore your garden. Damn.
Glutton, chronic.
But it was
Well-
that was a good pun though, Dan. I got it
Oh.
at least.
Oh, I know.
Yes, right this way then. I would ask if you leave the rats behind though.
Aw, I wanted to bring one rat.
As well trained as they might be, in the garden, they could cause some irreparable damage.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, I will bring my backpack with me.
Is there a rat in the backpack?
No.
There's
Because Lady Carla looks upon your backpack as you bring it. Is there a rat in the backpack?
Oh no, I'll open it up to show her
She's
there's
not
no
asking. She's not asking you. This is me as a DM asking you.
rat. Oh, no, there's no rat in there.
Okay, good.
it's
I haven't
hanging
trained my
underneath.
rats to hide in a
It's hanging
backpack.
underneath the backpack, the way people hang underneath cars to get
Heist time.
Yeah. You took heist
Training.
stunts as training for the bro. Oh, that would be awesome.
All that gives you is, I'm in.
Hey, where's my son of a bitch?
Yeah. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah.
Alright, so she will take Val and her backpack and no rats through corridors and down a very big flight of stairs, out through a portcullis into a courtyard which is full of the most wonderful looking plants. And the courtyard is large, very large. And it is full of plants, and they are healthy and vibrant, and they smell earthy and fresh and wonderful.
Nice. How many of them do I not recognize?
All of them.
Oh, brilliant. Do I find anywhere that I can set my ink and parchment?
Yeah, yep.
Oh, hell yeah. I would love to catalog all these plants, well, as many as I can.
You can start
And I
doing
see
so.
your garden. I'd like to catalogue your plants.
Especially
something
that
for
tea
the
plant.
second
I need to find that tea plant though.
Yes,
That's priority.
there is a garden plot for the tea plants. They are bushy and tinged purple with the leaves.
Ooh.
If I were there, I would ask when they would be ready to be harvested at what point in the growing
Please.
cycle, but I'm obviously not.
No. When you finish doing what
Just
you
ask
wish to
for the
do,
tip.
feel free to ring the bell just there, and I shall come and escort you back to your room. I
Yeah.
just ask once more that you don't try to wander the corridors, because you may get lost, and that would make the gargoyles rather uncomfortable.
That's okay.
Otherwise, feel free to do what you want to do. As long as you don't cause damage to my plants, then you are free to look and to do what you want. If you do want a cutting, I am prepared to give you some, but I will make the cut.
Okay, I would love some cuttings of that tea plant.
Of course. I think some of your friends wanted some as well, so it may be best to do them all together.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Lady Carla.
Do you wish any other refreshments while you are here?
Just some plain water.
Plain water. I will be back shortly. And she will. She will leave you there, and within a couple of minutes she will return with a crystal jug of water and a small tumbler.
Love
To be
the
fair,
H2O.
to Brel, she never mentioned about like destroying bookshelves.
I wasn't trying to destroy a bookshelf.
I
Before
was
you
just
go,
trying to move it.
She
before
learnt
Lady
her
Carla
lesson.
goes,
Yes.
I'd like to ask her, could you find my friend Maze? I believe they wanted to also visit the garden.
Of course. Of course. I will ask him. And she will leave, and there will be a tap at your door, Maze.
Oh. I guess Maze will get out of the bath and answer the door.
Are you decent?
I'm an alright fellow.
Oh dear.
The water was warm at least. It wasn't
Arsehole.
cold water.
Your friend Val is in the garden, and requested that I would ask if you would like to accompany her.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Can we rewind time a little bit?
No.
But I want her to open the doors with the great big pruning shears, because she's going to do some cutting when Maze opens the door naked. Come on.
Look, it's not called naked when you're a druid. It's El Natural.
Cyclad.
Well, she will wait for you to get dressed if you wished, and then
Yeah, I guess I put on some druidic roots.
and she will
and,
lead you then
yeah.
through the corridors, down this massive stairwell, out through an iron portcullis into the biggest, plushest looking garden that you have seen for some time. And it is really, really good. Nice. Every plant is new to your eyes and wonderful looking.
Yep. Maze reacts like so, then
Mhm.
gets back up and walks around.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Would you
Uh,
like any refreshments while you are here, Maze?
No, I think the garden is enough.
Very well.
I
As
must check out the plants that you use for the tea.
As I mentioned to your friend Val, please do not damage any of the plants. If you wish to have a cutting, I will make one for you. But yes, you are free to wander the garden and take it in or take notes as you so choose. And I will leave you here. If you
Well,
wish
thanks very
anything, feel free to ring the bell. You are
Just
getting tired though, very tired.
just cuttings of the tea. The whatever I need for that tea mixture was just phenomenal.
We shall
Oh,
do that on the morrow, because I believe that your friend Jingles
Great.
wanted some as well, but I was unable to rouse him. I hope he hasn't
Ah.
drowned in his bath.
ooh, I know.
You
It's
back,
a
Canto?
close one. Glad that you knocked.
No, he's
That's
just
some
high off his
serious
rockers.
Yeah, I
And
was
she
gonna say,
will go back through, and the portcullis will close behind her with a clang.
Canto.
Cool.
Do you have a way to poke him, Vexxi?
No. No, not physically.
Could you order him some DoorDashed food or something?
I brought you a water.
I could try calling him, but you know, I think it's in character
No,
for
no.
him to
It's cool.
to be smoking.
So, if you are doing nothing else, then you guys can wander the garden as you get tired. Granum, I believe, is in the bed. Jingles is probably in the bed. Treva and Olra are probably in their beds.
Yes, Olra would have just relaxed. I mean,
yeah.
Olra might have requested just to go visit Treva, see how they're doing, just make sure they're all good before heading back.
Absolutely, and she is already in bed, all tucked up and
Cool, nice.
snoring away.
I do want to cast Detect Magic on the tea plant.
Okay, there is magic.
Not surprising.
It's a magical tea plant. My God.
Well, so does that mean I
that's
ate
great.
magic or drank some of that magic?
There are no insects in here at all that you can see. Nothing, at least, harmful to any of the plants.
Made you a meme, Henry.
I saw that.
Wait.
Just for episode 100.
Are there any living? Oh wait, we're not supposed to touch anything. Never mind.
You can touch it, you just couldn't damage it.
I just want to rub that
Oh,
those
okay.
leaves.
I was going to say dig up some of the soil and see if there's anything living in the soil.
If you wish to do that.
Yeah.
Is that what you wish to do?
Yeah, that won't damage anything. Just like
The soil
sift
is
some
rich, and
Mhm.
there are worms and other insects in there.
look like normal worms and other like.
Big, fat, juicy worms that you'd find in the most healthy of gardens.
Nice.
Fireworms?
Gotta taste one for for quality purposes.
Yeah, they taste kind of like bacon.
Anyway.
It'll be fine. Crispy bacon if you cook them up.
But those are not good for the plants.
But they're good for the thing that keeps the universe going. So
It's good
I
for
mean,
your,
garden rule.
good for your,
variety?
good for your spice garden.
That's right. Good for your spice garden.
So if there's nothing else that any of you are doing, then are you wanting to do anything else? I'm happy.
No, sleeping.
Okay.
Yep.
After we're
Sounds
done with
good.
the garden. Yeah.
Yep. You'll be escorted back to your room, and yeah, the beds are super comfy. The floor, not so much.
Oh.
Very good.
Morning will dawn. Anyone who slept in the bed is incredibly well rested. Anyone who slept on the floor, not so much.
5 more sessions. 5 more sessions.
And Lady Carla will come and retrieve you each one room at a time in the order that you entered them. And she will lead you back to the same room that you were in before, the large antechamber that you were in before. Your animals are in there. They have been well cared for. They have been given food and water. The room is undamaged by them. And yeah, you can. The table that you had the cakes on before is now set for a breakfast, and there are eggs, and there is bacon, and there is fresh bread. There is fruit. There is juice. There is coffee. There is tea again. Yeah. And it was all steaming, piping hot. At least the things you want to be steaming, piping hot. Your oranges and your apples aren't.
I would like to at some point when I get up, after I get up, I'd like to check my brewer's friend.
Yep, it's still chugging away.
All right.
Before I guess as I arrive or as like we arrive, Oliver will be like, we'll just ask, again, like, are you sure you're happy to do this for us? Like, this is a lot, it's like it is.
You don't, especially since you don't seem to have any obvious help.
Oh, no, it's fine. I don't get many visitors, as I mentioned. So, when I do, I'm only too happy to play the hostess and provide some hospitality to you.
And what hospitality?
This is much, yes, like this is much appreciated. It's a good, nice change from how we've been, from how we've been living.
I can only imagine living on the road or on the whatever passes for a road must be uncomfortable.
You're insulting our roads now. That's where I draw the line.
You paladin goofed.
Are you eating or drinking anything this morning, Tiny Tim?
Yes, from my rations.
Is anyone eating from the spread? There is, as I mentioned, all that
Absolutely.
stuff. There is big pots of fresh honey, clotted
too
cream
much,
as well. There is enough here to feed a small army, and it is all the freshest and the tastiest of whatever it is that you are eating that you have ever eaten. Basically, the best of the best.
Nice.
Lady Carla will
Rations
just
are
sit
awesome.
off. Lady Carla will just sit off to the side and watch a small smile upon her face.
Delicious.
I think there's only one breakfast choice here. I mean,
Yeah. Tasty waffles. That's not the tasty
world-
waffles.
the world needs more Kerr.
Are you staying longer, or do you wish to head back out to find your friend? I can tell you that your guide, Elisa, has been taken care of, and she is, while she did not wish to come here, she has been looked after and made safe.
Well,
Lovely to hear.
perhaps we should probably. We do have a mission, so we should. The hospitality's been out of this world.
Is there something we could do for you for all this hospitality?
Oh well. She starts thinking. I guess there's some small things you could do. The information that you have provided me at least even just entertaining stories of your travels and things that you have done and who you are, that is payment enough. But if you are interested in something larger, then I guess I could think of something that would probably fit into your line of work, so to speak.
Really? Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Are you paying attention at all, Den, or are you just busy making memes?
I'm paying attention.
So, one of the things that I took from Al's conversations last night was that you are doing some of the things you're doing. You are on the path that you are on, at least many of you, to protect the valley, to protect the people in it, and those that cannot protect themselves. Noble endeavours indeed.
Mhm.
Their safety has been recently placed in jeopardy. Not by me, she says, shaking her head and raising her hand. But something was stolen recently, and a group of people did intrude upon a location of ill repute and succeeded in removing an item that was held within. If you could find that item and return it to its place, I would consider that to be a special favor.
We might need some more information.
Oh yes, I can give you more information. I am just merely gauging what your reactions would be so far. I
Oh.
do not wish
So this
to.
would be something that would protect the valley.
The item's removal has endangered the valley and indeed many other people. I do not wish to impose this upon you, and there is no obligation to do it at all.
Oh.
So that's why I am only giving small snippets of information to begin with.
Oh.
The item was taken from an area south of the valley known as the Slaughter Scar.
I knew it.
That's a
Listen,
pretty dangerous place, I've heard.
I put
Power
anyone
round
listening to the
two.
podcast is out of character
Why?
laughing.
Why would anybody go there to procure
could've-
anything?
Who could have done that?
Oh, what a bunch of jerks!
There was an item of great power. Well, when I say an item, there was a thing, an entity of great power held within a tower, not dissimilar to mine in size, but very dissimilar in nature. It was in that tower that is more like a prison, I guess. Well, I won't lie. It is a prison. That this item, this entity, this thing was held. A group entered the tower and over many days managed to make their way to the bottom where one of their number acquiesced, or absconded, I guess is the better correct term, absconded with the item. The others, some of them did fall on their passage, but the others have escaped or left. And the tower that they have entered in has been closed for now. The item thing is actually taken by one of their number who wasn't one of their number. She is one of 12, though 3 of them have fallen. The others are, at this very moment, leaving the Slaughter Scar and making their way. I believe they will return to Sumberton in the coming weeks. And they will seek out I would assume, there are a few people at play in this, in these shenanigans. There is a mage of moderate power who resides in the city of Bridges, who goes by the name of Lashanara. And there is also a man of dubious moral integrity who lives not within Summerton but wishes to take control of it. Horino Quell, who runs a mine in a nearby town. They have been, or these people, these adventurers, were working at the behest of those people in particular, and I believe that they will seek them out. Now, as I mentioned, one of their number, the one who absconded with the device, has left that group and is probably the greater threat, but whether or not you can track them down remains to be seen, for they have used magic to leave the tower. The other group are on foot. They are leaving the Slaughter as I mentioned. They will go to Summerton, it is my understanding, by way of the mercenary camp on the outskirts of Summerton. You'd probably have time to do what you want to do within the mountains here before you headed back and made your way to Summerton to find these people, find what they know, and determine how to obtain this item. I can give you a little bit of information on the item, but unfortunately not too much. Only know that it is an item of great power, or not even truly an item, it is living after all, and return it to the tower so that the status quo is maintained and safety abounds within these lands.
If it's very powerful, is it easy to like detect through, I don't know, arcane means? I hear all wizards can like scry and stuff like that.
Some can, but this item or thing does actually protect its whoever has it from easily being detected. That said, as I mentioned, the one who took it is one of 12, and though 3 have fallen and 9 remain, they are easy enough, I guess, to find if one knows what they're looking for. At least my information leads me to that. They are not subtle, or at least not as subtle as they believe they are. They have also been at times in league with the elves of Shulshanek, or at least some of the elves within there. The elves that are under the sway of the great worm Basilisk.
Oh, that's not
So,
serious. Bloody
out
elves.
of character,
Mhm.
has she changed like her any of her like I guess mannerisms or tone or stuff when discussing this?
No, not really.
Because it suddenly seems like she knows a lot more than what she was letting on, considering.
She doesn't seem to have changed her tone. She doesn't seem to have changed her mannerisms. She still has that slight smile upon her lips. She is looking upon you fairly intently, but she was doing that previously as well. If anything, I guess she is more serious now.
Hmm.
As I mentioned, there is no imposition upon you at all to undertake this. You have no obligation to pay me back in any way for any of the hospitality I have shown you. It is not why I did what I did. I am just merely proffering this up as you offered.
It certainly sounds worth checking out,
In,
especially if it could protect the valley.
Indeed, indeed.
It almost seems like I asked you for a favor and you gave us one.
Well, it is a favour for me, or at least people that I know. So it is, if you were to complete it, definitely a favour for me that will have extended consequences of a good nature for those in the valley, if you succeed. Absolutely. But again, there is no obligation at all, and do not feel pressured under any circumstances to uptake me on this.
I mean, So who else besides the paladins is interested?
I'm
yes,
pretty
'cause
interested in that. That sounds pretty
Likewise,
interesting.
we can help some people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If it
That-
truly is as dangerous as you say, then it should be returned.
Very good. Then, as I mentioned, they have some time traveling ahead of them. And if you wish to go and do whatever it is that you are doing in these mountains, feel free to do so. The time limits aren't amazingly pressured yet, but may in time, she kind of smiles slightly, become more urgent.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your hospitality. It was a lovely stay here.
By all means. Now, if any of you wish to have any cuttings of the tea, I can very easily
Why,
provide
thank
that. Who wishes to have one?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Mace does.
Me.
Yes, please.
Hey, he's back.
He's
I'm back.
He returned for tea.
No,
For breakfast.
He's alive.
my
Of
18
course.
meme was so good it brought him back.
So, in that case, she will. Please feel free to continue with the spread that I have laid out for your breakfast. It is, I'm hopeful that it is to your standard, and I will return shortly with some cuttings of the tea bushes. And she will
Excellent.
head out the door and leave you to your devices.
What delicious devices.
Mm-hmm.
Ola will turn to the party and say, "Now, that is how we get a that is how we get a quest."
I'm concerned
Sounds like
about
we've
these
done this before.
miscreants.
They sound like they were stitched up or something.
I mean, who could go and do something so reckless and with such disregard for the well-being of the valley?
It sounds like Braille just wants to use all the maps that we made up that we just went around.
Shh, be quiet, you.
You might enjoy said meme if you hadn't seen it, by the way, Grail.
Mhm.
I feel like this would be a again, if depending on how we go with the rest of our mission here, if Kel's Rise does seem to not be in too much, I guess, pressed as hard, then it would seem we might be able to break away and investigate this further.
Well, if we do succeed in a mission, I think we can get away with it.
Oh,
The door opens and Lady Carla returns. She has 4 small little bundled up cuttings that have been wrapped in with earth filled canvas pouches, and she'll hand them to you.
Yes.
They have
Thank you
the
very
purple
much.
tinged leaves. We're more than welcome, and I hope they grow for you and that you can make use of them.
Awesome.
Indeed.
I can also provide you with some rations, if you want to call it that term. She looks over at Tiny Tim. For the road. Probably nicer than what you have. I have some dried fruits and nuts, and some smoked meats and hard bread.
Oh, wow.
Sounds delightful.
It does.
Very good. I will arrange to have some made available for you. Feel free to discuss what you need to, and I shall return. If you are wishing to head back into the mountains, I will lead you there within maybe half an hour, unless you wish to stay. Anyone who does is more than welcome.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for your kind offer.
I mean, Maze sounds like he wants to.
He does want to, but he can't leave his circle.
Oh wow, it's almost like people
Nate.
might have some reason not to just drop everything and stay here.
No,
Amazing,
no.
that.
This is yes, there are heroes, but the point is people who are just trying to raise a family, people who are just trying to find safety,
You
they
know,
come like why would they
things
not
that
be
he
here?
doesn't consider worthwhile.
Yeah, that's right. Things that Maze isn't interested in because he's already got a family.
Oh,
But he is certainly
What was the
considering
name of
relocating them here. Okay.
Well, I'd like to come here, back here, perhaps when I've got the adventuring bug out of me.
Maze is like,
Oh.
maybe I just go collect my family and this is where we live.
I can probably concoct some kind of herbal remedy if it's a bug that you've got in you that should help flush you out.
Oh, it is a bug of the mind.
even worse.
Leave it with me. I'll see what I can do.
Yes. Does anyone want to stay? Does anyone want to roll a new character? Is anyone not liking what they've got so far?
I mean, rolling new characters is my default inclination at all times, but no.
I like Maze. I'm just you don't expect the DM to be like, by the way, you came across Shangri-La. Do you
Yeah.
do you want to continue adventuring? And I'm like, seems
I mean,
difficult
it
to
seems really
justify.
cool.
Yeah. That's it. I am having some. I didn't. This isn't the. I didn't build an edgy character. My guy doesn't have an emo backstory. It's
Hey,
like he
none
was.
of us built edgy characters, and only one of us has an emo character.
Like,
this party.
yeah, Minerva
resemble
and
them enough.
Shiro would have no interest in
yeah.
staying here, but Maze is sort of like, if I can go collect my family, I would totally stay here. Like, anyway.
Side note, Grail, thank you for not letting Minerva come here. I very much appreciate that.
He would have been trying to steal everything and getting nowhere.
Everything.
Those
Everything.
doggos would be really pissed off.
Yeah.
The door will open and Lady Carla will return. She is pushing a small tray again, or a trolley again, I should say, and it is covered with what appears to be beeswax coated linen wraps full of something. And she will dish out or dole out one to each of you. These are rations that I have put together. Nuts, as I mentioned, berries, dried fruits, smoked meats, hard breads, and small pots of honey and potted meat. You should find that they will last you each for a week or so with frugal consumption.
I
One
assume.
day later.
Oh, no.
So
Like,
good.
isn't Jingles like already finished? He's like, I got the munchies.
He's sucking on his fingers. What?
Once you pop the wax seal, you just can't stop.
Tickles asks, where's my just white powder?
I'm going to put down for 6 days of rations then, considering that probably none of us will be doing it for the entire week.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And onward.
Does Lady Carla have a name for her tea?
No, I've never given it a name other than just tea. But
It shall be the brew that is true.
if you wish to name it, feel free.
Oh, I'm not really good at names.
Uh,
Out of character, I was just gonna put Lady Carla's tea in my sheet.
or you
that's
could call
fine.
it Lady Carla's hospitality.
Oh, nice. That's not bad.
I was
Oh,
gonna say Hidden Valley blend, but yeah.
I have to kick the pain for that to author Luke. To author. No, Luke Daniels is the narrator. Kevin O'Hearn. Kevin Hearn.
Uh-huh.
He deserves the
Yeah.
rage for that pun.
Then if you are done and have all your gear and you wish to leave without asking anything more or the like, then Lady Carla will take you back to the mountain pass. Otherwise, feel free to ask or discuss or query your way.
We'll work out what we want to ask her after we've left.
Of course,
yeah, exactly.
this is the way.
I don't think Ulra has anything particularly.
We don't know any of
interesting.
the esoterics on these characters, do we?
Nope.
And yeah.
And we don't know any of the subtext between the forces of good gods versus evil gods / the Ada in factions or anything like that.
That's all. You know,
That's
Shira
all.
and Minerva.
Yeah. It's all the heretics. Gotcha. Yep. So seeing her being in like an impartial valley between two sides. Yeah. Cool. Minerva wishes that she was here for these clues, but somehow she's getting clued in.
and to steal everything.
She's reading.
Yeah.
She's reading Maze's blog.
As soon as she sips some of this tea, she's going to read those tea leaves.
Of course she will.
I assume Maze's blog is called There and Back a Grain.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's keep going.
Yeah, no, I think this is.
Yep.
I don't have much to say. I think just thank you and much may the 8 bless you, all the usual stuff.
She smiles at that.
Thanks for all the tea.
You are more than welcome. And she will lead you back through the passage of the. Was that a funny gift?
Oh,
No, it's just mocking me.
Okay.
Am I mocking you? I feel
I
like.
mean, factually reporting on what I'm doing.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
fine.
you. Like,
Lead you back
I
out
would
into.
take the mocking if it weren't correct.
Why not both?
yeah.
Mockingly, factually reporting.
How dare you honestly report on me? Yeah, no, okay.
She will lead you back out from the tower into the valley, through the paths, up through the overgrown trees, which make it more like a tunnel, and out into the open, and back basically to the wagons. And Alyssa will be. Excuse me, I've got hiccups now. Alyssa will be there, and Lady Carla, when you turn around, will not.
Oh, dang. I just thought of a question. Oh, well. That's fine.
That is literally what I said.
Yeah, I thought we would get one more chance when she dropped us off.
No, the moment you thought of the question, he's gone.
I thought of it while Grail was talking.
Exactly.
That's okay.
That's how
That's
good
okay.
she is.
What was the question going to be?
I was just wondering if there were any sub-levels to the tower.
Ah, well, you'll have to find out another time.
Yeah, hopefully we can return.
To what, her tower or the tower?
Her tower.
Mhm.
You know, the tower is actually the basement levels of her tower. They
To
are
be
one.
fair, it would have been wrong for Mace to ask that question because only Minerva would have been interested in the answer. So it's fine.
Alright, so you are back together again. Welcome back, Cotter.
Ulra will head over to So what was it? What was the name of the scout again?
Alyssa?
Alyssa. That's it. Alyssa. Yes, sorry. I'll head over to Alyssa and say, good to see you. How was your night?
One night. There were 3 that you were gone.
That's honestly kind of a bit better than we expected.
That's way better than I expected.
No wonder I feel so rested.
But
Can
while
you imagine how fucking batshit crazy this sounds to her? It's like, oh my god, you've been gone for so long. It's like, oh yeah, that's great. That's perfect.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. So what she said is cool and all, but let me just say that doesn't mean she's outside the effect. We could still be inside the effect, and it could just be like stronger the closer you are to the tower. Does that? So when we come off the mountain, it still could be a longer period of time.
While I don't disagree with you, can you look at your GIF again? Yeah.
Fine, whatever.
I think
Maze is like
what we
literally
need is for Grail to grab that GIF, put it in like a macro that you can just you can just click on
anytime Aaron
Yeah.
speaks.
You
Yeah.
could easily do that.
Maze in his backstory has had issues with time magic, okay? I'm just saying. Time magic's a thing and it's dangerous.
You've had issues with it.
Yeah.
I feel like Graham may have had a bit more issues
Yeah.
with it.
Also, we need the second GIF as well for
Oh,
our.
we were together when it happened, okay? Look, where do you think anyway. I'm just Maze like walks off.
Are we,
I don't want to talk about it.
are we heading back to Kel's Rise now? Says Alyssa.
Maze is sad because I'm possibly his father or he's possibly mine. No one's entirely sure.
Alyssa looks confused.
Maybe we're both each other's father.
Oh,
Well,
God.
we think we will keep we think we will keep going in terms of our in terms of what we came out here originally to do. Although I would be correct in assuming that this place has, I guess, absconded where you were originally leading us.
I've had a couple days, as mentioned, and I've been looking around, and I think I know the route to take now.
Oh, excellent. Well, while we're here, we might as well finish it off.
All right.
Unless you have some pressing need to head back immediately.
No, it's fine. That's what we came out here for, but I wasn't sure what would have happened to you with whatever she was.
It was surprisingly turned out all right. I did have my suspicions at first, but she everything she said was true. She invited us in for tea, and she gave us a place to stay the night. It
And
seemed to be,
crumpets.
as you mentioned, it seemed to have been shorter time for us than it was for you, but it was just magical to say the least. I think is the best way to describe it.
Some of us may want someone should really share the tea when it's ready.
I mean, you say that everything she said was true, but we don't really have any way of knowing that that's the case at the moment. She did also.
I mean, she said she'd give
I
us
don't know
tea
if I want
and let us rest. That
No,
was true.
but she said yes, but she did say a lot of other things as well. For example, and I don't really want to say this where Alyssa can
Look back
hear.
at your GIF.
It's so relevant.
Already getting working on that.
But she did say that basically a bunch of elves are being controlled by like a greater basilisk, and I mean, okay, that's pretty nutty.
Agreed. And as we just want you to know, as they're dragging you away and you're screaming, "But I was right, but I was right," we're here for you and we care for you.
I'm not saying she's lying, but we don't know that the elves are being controlled. Like, and there's no evidence of that, right? The elves aren't bad in the valley, are they?
Elves are elves.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Like, does it seem likely that they're being
I mean,
The true elves, don't really like pretty much anybody else. But that's elves. They're
Mm,
I haven't spent enough time in this valley.
so to
we
put it,
don't have lifespans that are
We've-
long
we've-
enough to spend
We've
around elves
barely,
to
probably,
understand
I
them.
assume us as a party have barely seen elves like whatsoever, right?
you've seen them,
Mhm.
but not very often because they are a dying species. Half elves are the future of the elven kind. True elves, no, they tend to be a little bit arrogant, paranoid, xenophobic, and they're their good traits. But
Wrapped in a carpet.
yeah, but look, they are still one of the, to use inverted commas around it, civilized and good people. They just think that they're better than everybody else. So does that make them inherently bad? Not really. Just at times jerks.
Just an adventuring party.
Just jerks.
Point of order.
Mhm.
They don't think they're better than everybody. They know it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to move you guys. If I teleport you to another map, I'm just going to make it easy to copy paste. So
Don't panic.
don't panic.
You know, there's a lot
Do
of boxes on these carts. We could bring them with us if people wanted to. I'm just saying, just empty boxes. It'd
What's
be cool.
in the box?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Explosions.
I'll ask Alyssa. I'll be like, did you have a look through this stuff
No.
while we were gone?
Very, very quickly, but not for much. You had already gone through it a little bit to start with. I was scouting around and basically doing what I'm out here for. Also, ducking and weaving to make sure that I didn't get spotted by any undesirable creatures.
Was there
Did you see
anything you
any
could
on
find?
the
Yeah, was there anything of note, I guess, while you were?
So in these, nothing that I think is of any real use. The food has started to spoil, at least the fresh food that was in there started to spoil. There's plates and cups and crockery and linen and clothes and other personal effects. I don't
Good
think.
quality linen?
Or do you wish to carry any linen with you?
Is it good quality linen?
Or I
Is
don't really know.
Is it a carpet?
This is kind of. It probably. Let's say yes. There is a carpet there, a rolled up carpet.
No, I don't think.
Damn
I
it,
don't think we need. Do you need to
that
take
adds
anything?
to the number of plans we can do. We've got rope, add a carpet, double the number of plans. Oh my
possibly
god.
triples them.
Yeah, that's right. Because now you can have plan with carpet and rope.
Right? That's how it works.
Just as a question, was there any babushka dolls in any of these boxes? I'm just wondering.
No.
Okay.
Why babushka dolls specifically?
It's the maximum number of boxes that I could carry in one box.
Don't think that's how it works, but sure.
What do you mean? They're boxes. They're little containers.
He's just after green circles.
I'm after green circles, that's right. I want all the boxes.
What you need is a bag of Inception.
Mhm.
All right. I can lead you off if you want. It'll probably take us another day to get there.
Let's go.
Indeed.
So you've managed to work out where we are, even though we're in this forest that came out of nowhere. I
had 3 days.
Cool. Did you cut any of the trees for firewood in those 3 days?
I did not light any fires.
Smart. Okay. Did it stop raining? Has it stopped raining? Is it raining at the moment?
It has stopped raining. It is not raining at the moment. It stopped raining almost as soon as you left.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, she will leave. Ooh, that didn't work too good. A second. I pasted some people's tokens into no man's land. They ended up off the map in the void.
That'd be a great place to store some elven royalty.
There is no life in the void,
I mean, not a problem.
only death. I'm not going to try and do the proper voice because that would require me to probably speak a little bit too loud at the moment.
Oh, true.
But you got to get really guttural with it.
Yeah.
Alyssa will lead you through the mountains, and you can each take a day's worth of rations off.
Right.
I said
I-
Aura will offer some of those fancy rations to Alyssa if she would like to.
You know, there's someone here who won't eat them, so they've got a bundle.
Yeah.
Oh, did Tiny Tim get a whole bundle anyway?
Everybody got a bundle. So I don't know whether he took them or not. Did Tiny Tim take the bundle?
I mean, if he didn't, somebody else did. There's no
Yeah.
way we passed up on the delicious food.
Cool.
Is,
Well, I guess
is Henry still there?
take that as a no.
He may have fallen asleep from his flu/cold/whatever.
Yes. Cool. In that case, I will offer the spare ones to Alyssa
Okay.
if she would like to take them. If she'd like to try them.
She looks at them with a bit of a dubious glare, but then will open them, have a look, sniff them. And you are sure these are safe?
I mean, we're probably going to eat them tonight too. And everything
Yeah.
that she gave us was absolutely
Delicious.
fine, delicious.
Amazing.
So
They do look quite nice.
yeah.
She wouldn't pull a prank on us now.
Yeah. If she wanted to destroy us, I'm sure she would have used the gargoyles. Or, the back of her hand.
The secret ingredients are LSD and MSG.
Yeah. Like I will say, if you don't feel comfortable, then that's absolutely fine. But
If
we just wanted to,
you say they're okay, then
Yeah.
and you seem to have come back in your normal faculties, at least what I know of you, then yes, thank you.
no worries.
And she will, as I said, lead you through, so you can take a day's worth of rations off, and then I will shift you to and this is supposed to be daylight mode because you will get there early in the morning, sleeping one night. Where is daylight mode? It's under dynamic lighting.
We're in the top left.
Oh, actually, it's not daylight mode. I can't put daylight mode on. That's why what I need to do is put a fake sun on the dynamic lighting layer. Where are we? Artificial sun.
You get
that sounds way too complicated than it should be.
It's not really.
Why this is disturbing.
It's not really.
Ooh. Is grass supposed to be this yellow?
It is around Australia.
He lives.
Did you,
Welcome back.
Henry, take any of the rations that were offered?
I did, but I'm not eating them.
Cool. We've given them to Alyssa. If you're not going to eat them.
Fair enough.
Cool.
I'll take them off mine then.
Okay, there you go. So she has led you through the mountains. It's kind of sandy and rocky, and the grass is pretty sparse here. But there is, you can see, you are still up fairly high in the mountains. There are some what appear to be fortifications down here. I believe this is one of the other caches that we at least saw. I don't know if it is a cache, but it is similar to the other locations that we came across.
All right. Let's check it out.
Indeed. Next week.
We can do that next
No.
week for sure if you want. Or you can,
We've got to do
sorry,
some
next
shopping
fortnight.
as well.
We need
I'm
some
surprised.
animals.
I'm surprised no one asked if there was a shop.
Oh my god. I'm an
You'd be
idiot.
proud there
No.
was. Yeah. You know what they sold? Memory rods. All memory rods. Just so many of them.
Do you guys
Just so many unbroken memory rods.
do you guys want
Yep.
your animals on the map?
Yes, please.
So
I
what
at
animals
least
did
want
you?
Oberon.
So there's the
Uh,
boar.
The two smaller boars and the owls.
Why are the owls big? They should need to be small. Oh, that's because I haven't finished setting up their tokens. That's all right.
Oh, the rats.
Okay, so that's that. You have your mountain lion.
And snap, crackle, and pop.
You will have to name them again.
That's okay.
And Vex, your large rat swarm.
The
Actually,
horde.
did you bring your giant rats?
Yeah, I brought all of them.
Cool, 3 giant rats. Because 1 dead. Okay,
Irresponsible parenting.
there are your animals. All right. For what it's worth, I spied this place for maybe a day after I found it. Well, I spied it from a distance, and I saw no comings and goings.
We're gonna head down there and have a sticky beak.
There's like a lizard man right there.
Where?
Oh, you guys can't see that?
I can see
No.
it.
I guess
Okay.
we're
You
wrong
can?
there.
Then it's from the angle that I'm
Yep.
at. So
Yep.
I guess
Yep.
Maze is like, there's a lizard man right there.
Well, there's a
And it's like
corpse.
pointing. Yeah, maybe a corpse. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be moving.
It doesn't seem to be moving as well. It seems to also
Maybe it's a statue.
be grey, like stone.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think there's a statue of a lizard
Oh,
man.
good.
Maybe it's a gargoyle.
I'm gonna pull out a javelin.
Now I'll ready my shield and get
Javelin
my
shield.
sling ready.
I will call upon the mystic powers of interpretive dance.
So it stopped raining, so it's clear skies, or
It
is there
is.
like
There's still some wispy.
God damn.
There's some wispy. You're up high. There's some wispy clouds.
there's some clouds? So
Mhm.
there needs to be like a strong wind before I can cast cool lightning.
Roll
Or
a
something.
roll a d6 on a 1 or a 2. The wind is strong enough for it up this high.
Nope. One day.
One day, but not
You know,
today.
You could have just taken cat as
You could-
your animal companion.
You could
and then-
re-roll that if you want. You get to run re-roll.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll reroll that.
But if you had the cats, you could build up the static electricity.
The opposite of what I needed. Oh well, that's fine.
The wind is not strong enough.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Lightning bolt cats.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
If you would like, let us put that up.
Dun.
Oh, we're starting.
Oh,
starting
initiative
tonight?
check.
Well, it's just for if you want to act doing anything. I'm just going to put everything up. Doesn't mean there is a combat, but if you want to be
Sure.
doing anything in particular order with particular possible outcomes.
It doesn't say Medusa yet.
I mean, Johnny Tim wants to go down and start having a poke around that ruin.
Yeah.
We're gonna start moving that way.
Yeah.
If everybody
I mean,
has
it
rolled,
looks like you're going to get to go first,
We're
so
all rolling so well.
yeah, it doesn't.
I
Hell,
mean,
we are, aren't we?
Tiny Tim rolled okay, so
Yeah. The only person.
I don't think he rolled well. He just rolled better than everyone else.
All right.
You got an 18. That's pretty good.
Feel free to begin the festivities, Tiny Tim. I'm not going to necessarily need you guys to act in initiative order just yet, unless you do anything. But I'm just getting this up so that if it does require, it's done. Or unless you want to be saying, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. That
Cool.
does
Yeah, I guess-
require it.
I guess let's just get into formation and head across to the ruins.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's down this way, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Strong boys to the front.
I guess let's form up behind us.
I'm way too close to the front there.
Oh, the rats have swarmed over someone.
I'm gonna surf on them. Woo!
And I'll need you to move my animal companion token when the time comes.
You don't have control of them?
Nope.
Of any of them?
I've got Giant Boar, but he's not here.
You should have the
Huh.
small boars. Let me check why you don't. Where are you? Den. Wild boar. Edit. Can be controlled by. Can you control the boars now?
Yes.
Let me just quickly go to the owl.
Hey, what?
Edit.
You must have just the right angle to see something through here, because
You should also now be able to control the owls.
Yep. I think.
So this is a large, well-constructed stone wall, as though it was like part of a keep / fortification / something like that. It has no roof upon it that you can see.
I'll
Or
have
at
a
least
closer
at
look.
least not a full roof. It's got partial roof on it.
I'll have an even closer look.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone coming with us?
Yeah. I'm waiting for the other toughies to move down first. Oh. Somehow I'm not in a grid now.
Roughly what time of day is it?
It's early
How-
morning.
How
Okay.
old is the corpse in that corner
It
there?
is not a corpse. It is what appears to be a person with a bow held out as though they are about to try and shoot something. A bit of a look of fear etched upon their face, and they are a statue.
Oh,
That's bad.
there's
Is
something.
there,
The time I couldn't afford a mirror for my character. Good times.
is there a kindly fawn among the statues?
No, Mr. Tumnus is not here. Which is really funny that you're saying that, because I am currently reading that for my son.
Nice.
Literally, we're up to chapter 13 at the moment.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Is this down here another statue?
Which it appears to be made of stone. A lizard man holding a scimitar held aloft as though he is about what would go past for a really big scimitar / falchion-y type cutting weapon, held aloft as though he is about to try and strike something.
Does spell magic work on these guys, or they're just dead?
You'd need something a bit more
You'll
powerful.
need fire magics for that.
Or,
Maybe flash or
or you
something.
can always try. You've never done it before.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
try to spell magic.
I don't know if there's any other use for it at the moment.
I mean, save it for when one of us.
Yeah.
Are we
So I
going to
think-
continue with our journey, or are we going to run away like cowards?
I think we're gonna continue.
How I'll actually we'll move up and to investigate and see so they're fully stoned. Like it's I can touch it. I'll reach out and touch it and see how.
They are fully stoned.
Can I tell how long they've been here? Is there moss growing on them? Are they supernaturally clean?
Okay,
what's the...
so no more movements, and I'll just answer this.
Yeah.
They look like they have been here for a moderate amount of time. There is some kind of debris upon them, and what appears to be a few chips taken out.
Cool. So Oliver will mention this doesn't look like it happened recently, so whatever that did it may not be still here, but we should be highly cautious if we are to continue.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
We will leave it there then. You've identified this, and we're going to move into initiative order from this point.
Cool.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Cool. Can I get
Is
people to vote
Melissa coming
MVP?
with us or no?
Yeah, I'll move her.
Now, question: how do I MVP GM for that plot hook?
Yeah, it's up to you. But no, just for MVP player.
I think you vote for yourself because Grail got you to play yourself.
Yo boy. Okay, so it's a slam dunk to Maze.
Shocking that.
Obviously.
And why did you vote that way, Aaron?
Because it cracked me up so much when you were like, and there's a knocking. I was like, oh, this is actually gold. That was so funny to me.
And runner-up will be Brel.
Nice.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you for that. That was a good session.
Thank you.
That's a very good session.
Yeah, it's great.
100 down. Let's see how many more 100 to go.
Indeed.
Well, we got to go through 100 levels of the tower again, don't we?
No,
Well, hopefully
we're
they'll
going
be-
to go through it even quicker.
Because next time we're going to bring 1,000 feet of rope and we're just going to abseil down the side of the tower. Woo! Into the fiery hell below.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing will go wrong with that plan.
Rope bursts into flame. Oh no.
There's
Okay,
flames
party
flying
two.
outside. Don't go snack on us.
Just
That's
get
right.
Get some chain instead.
That's right. We have to bring chain. Yep.
Okay, who pushes the button here? Vexxi. What are my rats? Okay, who's pushing the button here? Vexxi. What are my rats?
Cool. That was a good session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers. That's good.
Thanks again,
Thank you
Julia.
very much.